What's up, everybody? It's your boy Rebel here in South Park. Banned in China is the name of the second episode of this season of South Park, where Stan tries to get a biopic about his band in China. And the episode shines a light on things that don't adhere to Chinese norms, end up getting banned in China. Ironically, South Park is now banned in China.
Drank beer, liked beer, still like beer.
What's up, everybody? How we all doing today? Hopefully we're all doing good. So for those of you that don't watch South Park, the most recent season is 2 episodes in, and already China scrubbed all references of South Park off of their internet. So without spoiling too much of the episode, Stan is in a thrash metal band, and to make money they have to make a band biopic. And in order to make money off of that, they have to air it in China. So they have to follow China's guidelines. Meanwhile, Randy's in China for other reasons, runs into Winnie the Pooh in like a Chinese concentration camp who was banned in China because people there said he looks like their president. Ha ha. Mickey Mouse is trying to figure out who's ruining things for him. An intern brings a light to the fact that Disney makes all of their movies to follow some sort of code in order to be distributed in that country. And I've heard about this before. I think it was Elsa in Frozen that the alphabets got Disney to say that she was, like me, interested in 2 X chromosomes. And the alphabets got upset when Disney said she wasn't going to have any romance whatsoever. And why did Disney do that? So the movie could be shown in China. Because Disney, like South Park alluded to, is more concerned with revenue than American ideals. So even though people attracted to the same agenda, I win again, YouTube. Your auto-generated closed captioning cannot compete to my superior intellect. So even though people attracted to the same agenda have it better here in America than any other country, we can't have anyone like that in a Marvel movie or Star Wars movie, because then Disney loses out on the China money. And what makes this even better, as if anything could be better than exposing Disney whipping out the knee pads and lip gloss as they just gag repeatedly on China's little chubby China currently, if you're unaware, has protesters in Hong Kong. They lived under British rule, so capitalism, freedom, prosperity, Antifa's kryptonite. So now that China keeps infringing on their supposed sovereignty, protesters have been protesting in Hong Kong. Freedom-loving Chinese are fighting back against their authoritarian government, and they are waving the American flag and singing our national anthem while protesting. And thank God I have no corporate backers, because no one can take anything away from me for showing them my support. Because that's exactly what's been happening. There was a shoe on Vans' website, I think it was a design contest shoe or something like that, and it had protesters on it. Little people protesting, little signs. I guess it was directly referencing Hong Kong's protests because China got Vans to just remove it. And not just in China. They removed it completely from Vans' website. Daryl Morey, GM of the Houston Rockets. I'm probably butchering his last name. It's so easy, too. It's only 5 letters. I suck with names. He tweeted support for the Hong Kong protesters, and the NBA had to try to appease the Chinese. Also, Blizzard, the makers of World of Warcraft, they cut a professional Hearthstone player, Chung Ng-Wai, for a year, and apparently that included recent winnings from a tournament that they will not be giving him the winnings from. I probably pronounced his name right, I don't know. Because he showed support for the protesters in Hong Kong. The people waving American flags demanding freedom. So Blizzard essentially cut this guy because he supports freedom. Look, these companies aren't just toting the line for China's political ideology. They are acting as proactive agents for it. And this kid wore a gas mask and goggles because China banned, you guessed it, gas masks and goggles. Why? Because protesters were using gas masks to be unaffected by the gas grenades because the authorities in China are using gas grenades on their own citizens. It's very insane. But I'm rooting for those American flag waving, freedom loving Hong Kong protesters and any corporation that doesn't. Any corporation that punishes anybody for expressing views favorable of freedom, well, they can go pound sand. And yeah, that's going to wrap this one up. China's a #1 country, great country, amazing place. I'm sure the people there are happy with their government, especially the people in Hong Kong. Keep it up, China. You're doing great. Us here in America can learn a thing or two. Oh my God, what is this world coming to? And until next time, peace.
In the dark with the candelabra, chewing flesh like the chupacabra. Y'all seen the face, it's a heart stopper. Y'all screaming, save me, oh no, habla. All I'm hearing is blah blah doubt. Turn out like a booze fountain. I am drowning and I can't speak, but after 8 drinks, it's like who's counting?